Have you ever wondered what it truly means to be present? Not just calm, but alive, to every hidden corner of your soul. What if I told you that unlocking mindfulness is not about mastering silence, but about diving into the depths of who you are, whole and raw? Welcome to Wisdom Awakens. Today we embark on a daring journey to meet our shadows, our wounds, our forgotten dreams, and by doing so, to awaken the part of us that has always been there, waiting to unfurl its wings. 1. The invitation of presence. Mindfulness is often simplified into just being here now, but real presence carries depth. It asks us to acknowledge our breath and our fear, our calm and our chaos. Shi Heng Yi, the visionary of the collective unconscious, taught us that to become whole, we must not only watch the waves on the surface, but dive into the ocean beneath. The conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg. Beneath lies the personal unconscious, the well of forgotten experiences, and farther still, the collective unconscious, our shared human heritage. Mindfulness in the Jungian sense is not passive. It is courageous, relentless, alive. It's the willingness to ask, what part of me remains unseen? It's the fierce intelligence to notice which archetype is guiding my behavior today. The victim, the wounded child, or perhaps the hero ready to emerge. 2. The power of shadow work. Everyone has a shadow, that part of ourselves we hide, anger, jealousy, shame, pride. But Jung teaches that a shadow is not evil, just unexplored. When we practice mindfulness, we invite the shadow to dance with us, instead of pushing it into darkness. Picture this. During a quiet moment, a wave of anger surfaces. Your reflex might be to push it away, to placate or deny. But imagine instead you lean in. Pose the question, where are you from, dear anger? What story are you telling? That is shadow work in action. Active, curious, fearless. That is mindfulness that transforms. 3. Archetypes. The stories we live. Beneath our day-to-day roles, powerful figures from the collective unconscious live and breathe within us. Jung called them archetypes. The hero, the mother, the trickster, the wise old man, the self. They shape our motivations, colors our feelings, and script our reactions. In a mindful moment, you might sense, I'm in victim mode again, or I'm longing to embody the inner sage. With this awareness comes power. The power to shift roles, to stop replaying scripts that no longer serve us, to reclaim sovereignty over our inner narrative. 4. Individuation, becoming who you truly are. Every breath, every moment becomes a return to true self, not the persona crafted by society or familial storylines. Dreams, active imagination, creative expression, these are Jung's tools. Mindfulness is the attentive listener that attends to their messages. 5. Symbols, dreams, and synchronicity. Shi Heng Yi said symbolism is the soul's language. A dream about a river, a sudden coincidence that stops you in your tracks. These are not random. In silence, the unconscious speaks. Mindfulness sharpens our ability to perceive symbols, to write dreams in journals, to honor synchronistic moments, to become awake to the profound intelligence flowing within us. 6. Silence and solitude, the sacred wellspring. Silence is not empty. It's fertile ground. In solitude, the unconscious emerges, not with force, but with gentle guidance. Jung saw silence and solitude as medicines for the soul. Mindfulness invites us to sit with ourselves, receive and listen. In that stillness, we begin to hear inner wisdom that was always there. 7. Freedom through awareness. Shi Heng Yi famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Mindfulness lights that torch. It brings unconscious forces, ancestral wounds, archetypal scripts, cultural conditioning into the light. When we see them, they lose their grip. We move from reaction into choice, from playback into creation. This is spiritual growth, not as a pleasant destination, but as a powerhouse of transformation. 8. A humanized invitation. So here's your invitation. Start small. 5 minutes of breath, of silence. When a storm of emotion arrives, welcome it. Ask its story. Journal your dreams. Note recurring symbols. Ask, what am I being called to see? Witness your inner drama. Who are you being today? Victim? Hero? Let archetypal roles surface and reclaim your sovereignty. This is not about achieving Zen calm. It's about being awake. Awake to the shadows and the light. Awake to the self that has always been beneath the persona, waiting to be integrated. 9. The journey forward. Remember, mindfulness is not a quick fix. It's a courageous pilgrimage. There will be days when you tremble, when you don't recognize yourself, when integration feels distant. Those are the days to breathe deeper, listen longer, and stay committed to the path. Through each breath and inner inquiry, you awaken more of the puzzle pieces, until you recognize the masterpiece of yourself. As Jung taught, true clarity comes when we look inside. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. So if you felt the resonance of this journey, this video is just the beginning. Love what you heard? Let that whisper become your practice. Subscribe to Wisdom Awakens for more reflections on mindfulness, depth psychology, and inner transformation. Share your story below. What archetype are you stepping into? What shadow are you learning to meet? Until next time, breathe, feel, integrate, become more of who you already are. Thank you for stepping into this journey with me. You are whole, you are powerful, you are love, informed,